Clive Gray. We go back to an episode first broadcast in March 2020.
Well, hello again and welcome to episode number 9. We're now in the middle of March and I've got to start doing the front garden project, which is going to take quite a bit of time. I've got a few little jobs to do down the bottom here and it's time to start planting out some of my vegetables. So there's a lot to get done this week and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. So time to have a look at those plans for the front garden. Before we start the main section of today's broadcast, just wanted to run over some basic hygiene issues in the garden with you, because we don't have running hot water and bars of soap and everything else as a standard in our greenhouses. And we're being advised in this current health scare, obviously, to keep ourselves as clean as possible. And it can be quite difficult in the garden. One thing we all have is some water, and we can just clear some of the excess dirt from our hands by a little spray of water, just to run it across your hands, remove excess dirt. I keep a towel in the greenhouse now so I can just wipe the excess dirt from my hands. And then I've got some hand gel just to make sure that if I am touching my face, rubbing my eyes or my nose or something, which we all do, that at least I've got clean hands when I do that. So I encourage you all to have something in your greenhouse or in your shed, in your garden, whereby you can maintain your standards of hygiene. Now, with this current situation, I know a lot of people are going to be self-isolated. There's no reason why you can't get out and do some extra work in the garden whilst you're doing this, but keep yourself safe and well while you're doing it. Hope to see you all very, very soon. So now we're going to crack on with the rest of today's broadcast.
Well, you might remember this plan from a few episodes ago for the front garden. Now, the main grass area on the left-hand side, I've decided to adjust that into a series of concentric circles, and the areas of lawn that we take out to plant in some wildflower seeds. On the right hand side where the driveway is, we're still going to remove the grass and replace with some shrubs and perennials at the bottom of the drive. So that's the plan. Let's go outside and have a look.
Well, now we're in the front garden to have a look at the project that we're going to be taking on over the next few weeks. First thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking the wishing well out, so I've got to remove all the compost from this, take the wishing round to the utility garden, give it a nice old paint up. Going to remove all the stones from around the bottom, then measure up, find the centre of the garden, which is going to be reshaping the lawn. That's a fair bit to do, so I'd better make a start on that right now. stones cleared from the circle in the middle, and as we can see I've put some cross rope across the garden from corner to corner to find the exact centre, and the circle wasn't in the middle, so we're going to have to just reshape that as well. But I'm going to run a line off of this to make a nice circle, and that's going to be my next job.
I've now marked out the pattern on the grass, and what I've got to do now is get the lawn edger, cut shapes, get the spade, lift the turf, and have this all ready to repair the grass when it's ready, and then to plant some seeds, and then we're going to recenter that circle in the middle and resite the wishing well.
Well, that's all I'm going to be doing for today. Got the circle all laid out round here, and the far side I've started to clear up. I'm now going to get some canes to mark out where the daffodils are, because they're all going to be lifted when they've died back, and I obviously need to know where they are. Clear all that area around the edge, but the beds are looking quite nice, so I'm quite pleased with how it's gone today. Got some more work to do tomorrow. Well, this morning I'm back in the greenhouse. A couple of weeks ago planted out some nasturtium seeds. They're now big enough to put into their individual pots, so I'm going to be lifting those out and putting them into their pots now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lift each plant individually, and I'm just going to loosen the compost with a marker and lift the individual plants out. They've already got quite a decent little bit of root on them, which is quite nice. Let's make a little hole in the compost that I put in these pots and just firm those. I'm going to put one per pot so I can plant these out individually. And I'm really pleased. We only had 12 seeds, and we've ended up here, we have got 10 plants to pop through. So having 10 out of 12 is a pretty good germination rate. Put that nicely inside there. And I'm going to pop all of them on individually and then give them a good water. So once I've got the compost in there, all I'm then going to do is take one of my baby strawberry plants, pop it out of its pot, which we can be using then for another plant later on. Make a nice little hole, pop it inside there, and we'll do that for each of the 3 planters. Let's take another little plant here. Inside there, lovely jubbly. Need a little bit more compost around that one there. And then a 3rd one over onto the other side there. And then that one will go as well. We're going a little bit more compost just round to dress that through. So that will then become my base. Put that one on top, and I'm all ready to plant out the next 3.
And there we have the planter all in place. You'll see that in the top one of the 3 planters that join together, I put an extra plant in the middle just to finish it off, and then we have got a 3-tier planter standing on top of the planter that we've made, and some of the nasturtiums that we've just repotted will be going into there as well.
Well, there we go. End of episode number 9. Done a lot in this episode. We've got all of that front garden sorted out and well on its way. There's still a fair bit of work to do, but it's going there. Got the first coat of paint on the wishing well. It's starting to look rather nice. It's going to need another coat of paint, and then we'll get it back out the front, put the compost in, and we can start planting that up. So it just leaves me to wish you all the very, very best at this really, really difficult time across our wonderful planet. Enjoy each other's company, even if you've got to keep a distance. The telephone is there. Speak to each other, care for each other, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next episode. Just leaves me to say, with a small glass of Cabernet Sauvignon, your good health, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.